Hello and welcome to Godblood Games. We're playing Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition, and this is Flint Steel! Please check out all our social media links below, our merchandise on Redbubble, and don't forget to come and join us on our Discord server where we have a growing community of role players. Please consider supporting the channel on Patreon. A massive thank you to all those who do support us, as 10% of everything we receive through our Patreon goes to Diabetes UK. Also support us by supporting our friends. We have the Thornless Rose, who produce leather and lasery products for tabletop and live action role playing. There's the Old World podcast. If you want to know a bit more about the background, the design, and the story behind Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, then go and check them out. And finally, we have Bjørn Felle, who produces terrifying retro electro music. Hello and welcome to episode 9 of season 3 of Flint Steel. I'm Pete the Games Master.
And I'm John, and I'm playing Seige of Bordeloo, the Bretonian Knight. Now first knight, because I leveled up.
Cool.
You done?
No! It was a warm, stormy morning.
I'm Leon, and I'm playing Corvin Applebaum, Wizard of the Order of Light.
Sam, Morgan, Priest of Moor.
I'm Roger, I'm playing Bagric Rolfson, the Dwarf Honour Guard.
And I'm Lawrence, I'm playing Torvald Rolfson, and I'm playing the Dwarven Pathfinder.
Oh,
Because you also leveled
I
up.
also leveled up.
Excellent, excellent. And last time on Flint and Steel, our band of crazy adventurers found themselves in a monastery on a hill in the foothills around Ubersreik, where they were helping the sort of order of the House of Humble Thought defend the building from a greenskin attack, because as you'd arrived there with a message to say that a necromancer was potentially on their way to steal something important from the monastery, it was this time that you heard drums on the way up, you saw signs of goblin attacks being repelled, and then as you were actually inside the monastery, an attack happened. The Skull Splitters clan came out of the mountains and has attacked Ubersreik. So you guys were in the monastery. There were some doom divers catapulted in, some orcs climbed over the walls.
They were great.
The trolls puking on the door with their acid vomit, and Seige killing 2 trolls in hand-to-hand combat with some help from everybody else.
Which is why I'm now a first knight.
And one of the knights called Theodore, who narrowly avoided death.
Hooray.
So, as you then cast your terrifying presence, is that the name of it?
It's just terrifying.
Terrifying. Singing. And light
terrifying.
coming out of you. The horde of goblins that was coming up behind the trolls to pour into the building.
Changed their mind.
Changed their mind and ran away down the hillside. And that was when you looked out across the land and you could see that not only does the monastery probably have a really nice view during the day of the surrounding lands, and hence why it's probably on this hill. But you can also see Ubersreik from where you are, and there was some sort of large gathering army, mob, something, horde of what you assume to be greenskins, and you'd heard the scream of a wyvern, and you could see that there was a mass of orcs swarming around the city, and obviously some raiding party or scout group from it has sort of come here to take out the monastery, because as you've been told by one of the knights, they frequently try to attack the monastery because they're in the mountains here, and they kind of come down occasionally to harry them. But Catherine didn't seem to be too concerned about greenskins. And you guys are standing in the doorway. There's dead knights on the floor. You're bloodied. I think some of you are injured, and there's vials of oil sort of splashed on the floor, some fire here and there. I don't think we actually managed to fully burn down the front of the building.
No.
But some of the trolls are
on fire.
Trolls are on fire, and
Yep.
I assume we're going to try and sort of move them out of the way of the entrance so that you can have a clear view of what's going on. The doors, however, are
A bit
sort
broken.
of in bits,
Yeah.
and leaving the front of the monastery exposed. The knights that are still alive start scrambling around, start moving to action to try and sort of board up the front. They start moving around, gathering the big wooden tables from inside the dining area that you'd previously been in. And there seems to be people sort of moving around again. Before, everyone had kind of hidden away in the monastery, locked all their doors, and kind of, waited for the
bathhouse.
knights to deal with it. In the
Because
bathhouse.
Torvald went to
Torvald disturbed someone in the bath.
Yeah, I remember.
You had also found that there was a source of dar in the basement, if you
Yes.
remember, Corvin, and that they had a reliquary where there was something being held down there. You also know that the underground basement of the monastery links through a series of long tunnels and winding sort of natural caverns and things through past Moore's Field, which you saw on your way here was deserted and disturbed, and through Moore's Field and back into the city. It's known and rumoured that there are a myriad sort of little tunnels dug into the ground for various smugglers and thieves and people to get in and out of the city, and even priests and officials in times of great need. So, what do you wish to do?
Sacre bleu. As I say, looking out across the orc horde.
I think I have some work to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
start
I'm good
tending.
about that.
The city, she is burning. We must help.
Catherine, the High Priestess, she comes out into the cloister where you've just been sort of dispatching goblins and orcs, and she sort of looks around. She doesn't seem hugely upset or startled by this. She's clearly not clearly seen this kind of thing before, and she looks around and says, "This is indeed disturbing. A mass attack on the city. We thought their raiding parties were merely testing our defences. I didn't realise they were scouting out the land again. It has been a while since there's been an en masse attack by the greenskins. This is troubling. I hope that they can repel them. I mean, there is an army in there at the moment, so those Altdorf people better do what they're paid to do." And she sort of says, she's looking at the door now. "I'm a bit concerned. I think perhaps we should prioritise fixing the front door."
I'm not a carpenter, lass.
In
I thought
between,
all dwarves were expert craftsmen.
We're better with stone, not wood.
Could you brick it up?
Have you got bricks?
She kind of looks at some of the interior walls.
Can I?
I mean, it would take you a while. It would take you a day to
But we can, even if we don't completely fill it, we can shore up the space with the use of some wood and stuff to make it defensible. If we can't do that, then
If you get your knights to build an outer barricade, we might have time to build summit.
Okay, so what are the rest of you doing while the dwarves look at the repairs of the outer defences? If that's possible.
We know there's a way back into the city, don't we?
You can go through. You can either make your way across the landscape and fight your way through an army of orcs.
Which is a good option.
It is a good option.
I do like the sound
it
of that
fulfills your
Because you
heroic
could run in
idiom.
and just do your explodey thing.
Or no, that's for undead or demons.
What if they're demon orcs?
Or you can go through the tunnels underground, the caverns and tunnels and caves system that goes through this area that you've been told is one way back into the city.
Do we know where the entrance to those
Yep.
doors
I do.
Yes.
Corvin does.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So now I'll turn to Corbin and
So,
say,
Gale,
we?
there's actually a series of tunnels. I've been to the entrance below us. They keep relics there. We could navigate through them back inside the city.
Sacre bleu! We should do that immediately. Summon our dwarf friends and the mysterious guy with a hat.
Speaking of the mysterious guy with the hat, while everyone's talking loudly and you're just doing your thing and sort of A bit like that. No, and people in the cloister are kind of go over there, fix that. Oh, don't worry, move the dead bodies. We'll say a prayer for them.
This goblin's got wings.
yeah, that kind of thing. It's like Gremlins 2. You are kind of calmly doing your thing, and kind of, as usual, you get to like take in and see the people in their times after difficult moments in their lives.
Understatement.
Yeah. And people are like sweating, there's blood on people's faces and they haven't even realised, and they're doing other things. Menial tasks with blood on your face kind of looks a bit odd. You look across, and going into the dining area, you see a figure that looks fairly familiar. It looks like a woman. And a woman that you saw before.
Under the bridge?
In the tavern.
Oh, okay.
With a bomb. And she seems to be looking over her shoulder slightly as she goes through the door. And she's kind of her face is disappearing behind this thing, and as she looks over and sees you, one eye goes wide, and then she kind of steps into the dining hall.
Bagrick!
Bagrick's like measuring the bricks, like...
Torvald and Bagrick are there just grumbling away in Casalid, going...
Shifting stuff.
Looking at the bricks. If we do that and that and that and position them there... What is it, manling?
Now! And I'll just stride in that direction.
That way. So Catherine sees you go, and she goes, "What?
Guessing she smelled summer, and I'll just stomp off.
What's wrong now?
Oh, he smelled something. So.
What's wrong now?" says Catherine as you go past, one priest to another.
She shouldn't be here.
The messenger that came from the city.
Just faster.
Oh, bloody manlings!
Stay here, my lady. We shall return post haste. Come, Monsieur Applebaum.
Okay.
Who knew?
Torvald's standing there like,
I cannot say that.
At this point, I'll watch them go. I'll sort of see this all happen. Look at the priestess. Look out at the thing. Look around and just go.
Yep.
I'll just carry on with what I'm doing. I'll just literally carry on what I'm doing. And if she asks me, "What about your friends?" I go, "Don't worry, they're fine.
okay.
They will handle themselves."
I'll
Very well.
run after Morgan, trying to figure out
So
what the hell he's talking
you're
about.
racing through the thing. Let's
Boom, boom.
let me get my dice.
We will walk fast and catch up.
I don't know, if you're only walking fast, you might not.
And that one.
I don't know what my speed is. 8.
Because there is
Let's
going
have a
to be
little-
some significant stride going
have a
on.
little
Because if
edge.
she gets somewhere and shuts the door, that's going to be really awkward.
No, because we have a battering ram. It's the same as
We don't need to smash more of their defences.
Bagrick smash! Ah! Just running through walls and there's a Bagrick shape.
yeah.
Juggernaut.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Through the stone.
I'm the Bagrick, bitch. Right, let's
Join the wrestling
Let's have a roll.
It's Juggernaut from X-Men.
From X-Men, the
Yeah,
worst
no, I
X-Men
know,
film.
but it was more the...
Right, let's...
Never mind.
Yeah, I'm the Bagrick. Right,
Wrestling.
let's have an opposed agility roll.
It's all fun and games till someone loses an eye.
Let's not do that again. Oh, not bad.
Oh.
What did you
Do
roll?
I need to make one because I'm sprinting on?
I rolled
because you reacted a bit
26.
behind.
26.
You can use my dice tray from Thornless Rose.
I could have used mine if I'd remembered to bring it.
Son, like this one.
Can I just...
Okay. Oh.
It's music notes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
One of
There's
the
no
friends of
such
the
thing as
channel,
product
Thornless
placement.
Rose.
It is.
No product placement here.
Okay. Right. So, what did you get?
26.
And how many?
Oh gosh.
It's at least
I got
a degree.
-1 success level.
Well,
So you
base
beat, you win.
agility is 38. So.
Okay. So you round the corner. She's like sprinting through the dining area. You round the corner of the door to the kitchen, and you see her getting to the stairs down into the basement.
I don't really want to throw something at her.
Like a shoe.
There is a
You have a hat.
knife on the side. This is the
Odd job
kitchen.
it.
A pot, a frying pan,
Oh, frying pan.
a colander,
Frying pans would be cast iron, so that's going to weigh a lot.
skillet. Oh,
Ding.
yeah.
It would also make a satisfying noise.
Tupperware.
Bong.
Where's she going? She's going downstairs.
Yes, which is where old.
Does she look like
Alden-
she's carrying anything?
She's got a bag on her back that seems to have some large, bulky items in it. And she's got like a traveller's cloak, not like a big flouncy thing, but like sort of mid-thigh length cloak, knee-high riding boots. Clearly been on a horse, clearly carrying lots of stuff. Personally, a bit weather-worn, hair looks a bit bedraggled. And she kind of looks at you as she goes, like
How
in the moment.
far is it, like, corridor-wise, to where the stairs are?
It's not far.
'Cause,
It's a turn of movement.
I think I'm vaguely aware that there's someone down there, because I followed you, and then you
Yep.
were chatting, and I was
There's a
like, you've
guard.
got this, it's fine.
There was a guard.
Guard, stand your ground!
You hear no response.
Throw a cabbage at her.
Yeah, I'll just hurry after her.
Okay, right.
She's not stopping.
No, she's not stopping. So you get to the top of the stairs. As she gets to the door at the bottom of the stairs, there is no guard. And she pulls.
Told him to watch the door.
She pulls from her pocket a key. It may be your imagination, but you think there's blood on the key. And she puts it into the door and unlocks the door and runs into the room. Right, the rest of you are running into the dining hall,
Morgan's gone charging
and
off.
you see sort of Morgan disappear into the kitchen, and you're all kind of rushing up behind. And you
Assuming
heard-
I'm not far behind.
not far, but if you're sprinting and she's sprinting, she's getting away from you. You are a dwarf.
And we've caught up. And they're now stuck behind him.
That's alright. I'm going to get
Yeah,
to the
no,
stairs and
that's
leap.
And I
You're not quite at the stairs yet.
step
Like a
aside.
Mario.
So you guys get to the door to the kitchen, and you see Morgan turn down the stairway. You see him go through the door.
Mario jump.
I think what we should do now is we should probably
Roll
roll
initiative.
How do we do this?
1d10 and add your initiative bonus. The
Oh, you
first
guys are going to
digit.
catch up with
I
me.
rolled a
so.
10.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh. That's,
What'd you roll?
Low number,
That's
good.
small.
No, high numbers better.
Yeah.
Ah, it's not golf.
I rolled that one.
It's not gold.
14.
I unfortunately, my initiative is 28, so I only got to 12.
Your initiative is 28. Right, so I got 9.
Yes.
Who got higher than 9?
Me!
14.
12.
12. 14.
I'm not a fast man.
That's weird because like, you're doing Forrest Gump, but he was. Like, that was his thing. He was
That's
fast.
stamina.
That is true, actually.
And you two, what did you get?
9.
9.
3. I just remember how much I love Forrest Gump. I was just thinking, like, I've not seen that film
it
in
is
a
a
couple of
great
years.
film.
I need to rewatch that.
Just
Okay.
every now and again, you
New
just think,
character
God, I
concept.
love Forrest Gump.
Because you sent me a Forrest Gump gif. That's what was on my mind. That was it.
I did.
Yes.
That's a great film.
They're great ones with the waving and
That's
the running
a-
away gif.
That's a good aside.
And if you use the two together, where he runs across the football pitch, and then the next one is he runs around the corner and disappears down the road. So it's like.
Sorry.
Anyway,
sorry,
sorry.
Welfare fans. Back to welfare. Sorry.
So, top of the round, we have Bagric.
Just flat out sprinting after them.
Okay, you go and run up behind Morgan. You can't get part. It's a
Yep.
little
Yep.
medieval stairwell. There's no kind of passageway past, unfortunately. But you sprint across the room, get to the top of the stairs, and you can see her going into the room beyond. And there seems to be low light. If you remember, there was a room with various different bits and bobs, books and
Have I
things on
seen,
pedestals.
have
and
I
that
seen
kind
what
of
we're
stuff.
running after?
No, well,
Alright.
you see a figure in a
Okay.
cloak. You don't know who or what it is. You assume
Apart from
some
that it's a
ne'er-do-well.
About what's going on? I'll say while I'm running.
I'm just running. What's going on?
Well,
Yeah,
Morgan
no, I
just
know,
said,
yeah,
Bagric, come
yeah,
this way.
yeah.
No idea what's happening.
No, absolutely.
Good instincts, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Docker's arms, the woman. She's here.
Shing! Axe comes out.
Okay, right. Sir Gale.
will run as well.
Okay, so you
but gets
catch up to
stuck in the
them.
traffic jam.
Yeah.
And I say,
It's a-
what is going on?
Right. Next, we are
The manling with the bomb.
at the same time.
Sacre bleu.
We're at the same time. So, I assume you're moving down into the
Yep.
room. As you move down into the room, you see her move across the room and grab something. You can't, because you can't see it from where you are.
Yep.
Grab something off a pedestal and stuff it into her cloak.
Yep.
And keep moving. That's basically her. She's running and grabbing this thing.
I mean, technically I could,
Sure.
but it'd probably be. I mean, she's not that far ahead of me now, is she?
No.
So
Yeah, I'd
if I
imagine she'd have had to have paused to unlock the door.
Yeah,
and then
you can
paused to
now.
grab.
like
You can now.
rugby tackle her.
You can even hit her with your sword if you wanted to.
Spear her.
Do it. Do it. Kill her.
rock bottom.
I mean,
Good, Morgan, good. Sorry. Wrong game. That's Fractured Empire.
why is it in morning to be good on?
Ah, well, that was a double fandom there.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to attack her. Will it take me longer to draw my sword than it will to just attack and like jump and grab her? Because at this point,
You
like,
just go shing.
okay,
Kick out her heels.
then yeah,
Okay.
I'm just going to hit her with it because I know she's trouble, and I probably won't do enough damage to actually kill her.
I think you'll kill her in one hit.
Opposed
Not gonna
roll.
happen.
I believe.
She is
Gonna dodge.
can have a yeah, but she's gonna have a penalty because she's so focused on the other activity. So she's gonna have a -10.
Cool.
Come
Okay.
on, Samantha.
So you get advantage for charging.
Yep.
Cool.
Did
Well, I have rolled a 59.
Ooh.
And I have rolled a 66.
Is that a crit fail?
Yay, the Oops table. I love the Oops table.
Execute order
got it.
66.
Oh, fantastic.
Pete's
Oh, I've got it here
rolling
as well.
strikes again.
Happy New
where
Year,
my
everyone.
thing
Yay! We're back.
So did you hit Morgan?
Well,
You get plus 10 for
So
your sword.
that
and
for me
advantage.
was -2 success levels.
so 59 is quite high. My weapon skill is not amazing.
But they have a melee.
However, I do have melee basic, and then doesn't the sword have
Plus
like?
10.
+10.
So I have just missed by like 2 points.
But
Does that
I
include
so
your
0,
advantage?
so I have -2 success levels.
So you
you're
win.
at 2.
Oh, did you say advantage as well? Does that
Yeah,
mean I
because
get
you
roll?
charged.
Do I
No,
roll?
you get plus 10.
I'm thinking D&D. Yep.
Take a token.
Oh well, if I
So you got
does that count as plus 10 to that roll? It doesn't.
yes, yes it is.
Oh, in which case that's
You
a
get-
pass.
3 success levels.
Cool.
Yes. So, how much damage do you do? It's your
Not very much.
strength bonus plus
Yep.
4 plus
Yep.
3 success levels.
I'm sure I wrote this down somewhere.
Strength
you
bonus
did.
plus
There you go,
4
swords
plus
and
3.
stuff.
So 7 plus your strength bonus.
That was a 10.
You don't roll.
Okay, good.
It's 7
That's
plus
a
your
shame.
strength bonus.
That was a 10.
That would be good.
Right, numbers. Sword. Alvin's sword.
Yep.
Strength plus 4. So 6.
Plus the
Plus
3
3.
success levels, so 9 damage. Okay. You draw the blade, and as you do, there is like a hum across the steel.
That echoes down the stone corridor.
Not quite that. More of the blade on the scabbard kind of out, and you kind of on the swing slice her across the back. She's trying to like dodge between
Cuts the bag
two
off.
pedestals.
And the bomb falls out.
And her
Goes
Oops.
off.
Oh,
D100.
actually, it's Oops table, so we could have that happen.
Go on.
It's not though.
Roll on the Oops
But
table.
it's not a lip
Go-
bomb.
go
it
for
wouldn't
it.
be in
Go
a
on.
bag
Ru-
if it was
ru-
lit.
Like Sigal
Roll on
doesn't
the
understand.
table.
Okay, let's roll on the Oops table.
D100.
93.
That's quite high.
You completely mess up hitting a. Oh, that's.
You
It
cut off your own
does, she
head.
somehow hits herself in the face and gains a stun condition.
So she
Okay,
tried to dodge
so-
and tripped and
Oh, no.
headbutted a pedestal or something?
Exactly. She headbutts a pedestal.
Okay, cool.
Right, right in her face. And she's like,
Oh, right in the
and you
kisser.
cut her across the back. When it says hit herself, does it mean actually hurt?
Yeah, so if she's got a weapon, yeah.
Well, she's not actually got a weapon out at the moment, so
An
it'll be
unarmed
fist.
attack. No prob-
So she does her own damage to herself.
yeah, it's probably going to be like 1 or something, but.
It was fist plus 3,
Poor
so
woman.
6 for that.
I know.
That toughness is 6.
But she did try to blow me up.
9.
Did.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. So she kind of runs across the room, and you chase over and draw your sword and slice her, and it spins her around. She like bashes her face on the side, and she like steps back and like stares at you like how could you kind of thing. But
The
it's all
sword, just
kind of
hold the sword
hazy.
pointing to her.
Okay.
senor.
She stops. And
At sword point.
yeah.
At which point,
At which point,
Everyone
everybody
else.
else runs into the room.
Aha!
She's standing there like,
yeah, I look cool.
yes, yes.
Well,
And
Morgan
Morgan
does. I'm
has
going,
her
yeah, I
at
did a
sword
thing.
point, and
Morgan's
she is
just
like
like,
this. And you can see now in her clothes she's got something stuffed. Do you remember, Corvin, what it was that you looked at?
Yes, it was a chest.
It was like a little box.
Yes.
Yeah, like a little mini chest type
Thing.
thing. Yeah.
A thingamajig.
And there was supposed
That's
to
a
be some sort of-
relic case with Dar that was being guarded down here. That's the wrong voice for Corvin. God, I've lost it over Christmas.
Oh.
I'm just going to kind of, because Morgan's kind of stood in front of her, I'm going to walk behind her and just kind of say quietly, "You move, lass, and I'll take your legs off."
She just seems to be like, okay. She's like stunned and like
Someone search her.
got blood coming out of her nose. She drops her bag on the floor.
Clang.
And you hear like, "Kong," and two things kind of roll and go "Kong," next to each other.
Just with my bastard sword just poking over there. Over there.
And she kind of stands there. So,
With my quarterstaff, I'm just going to move the evil box
Someone check her.
away.
Holding?
If she's got
She might have something on her.
it dropped
Oh,
out
okay.
of her
Yeah.
because she kind of stuffed it in and she was running. It's kind of fallen out. Yeah, and it's just lying on the floor.
What were you planning on doing with this?
Corvin, make a
I
Explosions
like that you're like
check.
kind of punting across the...
sorry.
Fellowship?
Well, no, it's more an exploding
It's more
box.
of a willpower roll
Oh, okay.
with plus 20.
to not
As this thing hits the floor and it kind of clangs on the floor, almost like like little shards of dar, like in your perception that no one else you know in the room can see, like burst off it as it like clangs on the floor. Almost like the sound it's making is represented by the dar that's coming up off the floor.
That's quite high.
77.
77.
Okay, so you move it out of the way.
Yeah, so my willpower's only 38.
And then you,
Oh, you failed by-
how you actually fumbles.
4.
That's a
I've said
fumble.
77.
Yeah.
Yeah, 77.
Would you like to use a fortune point to re-roll that?
No. Say no.
No.
Take a point of corruption. There is something very interesting in this box, Corvin. Something that you think might be worth some sort of study, or clearly it's something of interest, so therefore you should potentially, if you get the opportunity.
Where did they come from?
2. I
Nice.
don't
Oh,
know.
you got some.
And you're pretty sure, you can't see Morgan's face where you are, but you're pretty sure Morgan says to you, Corvin, I think you should look inside.
I think you should look inside.
So that's what's happening while you're doing that. She kind of looks slightly non-threatened. Well, I know you're
So is
gonna
anyone
kill
moving
me
to
now.
search her, or?
Well, she's kind of throwing her thing on the floor.
Alright,
She's like,
I'm going to smack her in the back of the knees to drop her.
well, that's not really needed.
That's not really
And
needed.
then
the
I'm
floor.
going to search her.
Okay.
Seeing
Cool.
as, does she have any knives or weapons or anything?
She has
'Cause she had a-
series of knives on her.
She's
She
going to
has
be like
4
throwing them
daggers.
on the floor.
Ting, ting.
She has a hand crossbow with 20 bolts.
Oh, she's quite tall.
Again, I'm just throwing weapons away.
She's not wearing any armour.
a serving wench.
And
Well,
clearly
you don't
she's known
know
as a
that
serving
she's
wench.
a serving wench. That's just where she was when we first met
That's
her.
what she was working as, wasn't she?
Yeah, it's not necessary to search her. It's not like she's armed to the teeth.
And she
Is
has a
there any-
purse of monies on her.
Is there any sign of the guard?
No. She has 11 silver
I'm
shillings
just going to shove that in my pocket. I'll give that to
and
the priest.
17 brass pennies. No one wrote that down. Good.
I'm just going to give
Cash
that
Material goods.
I'm literally going to give the bag to one of the priests.
Sure, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So I'm not going to
Confident
bother
Morgan's
writing
backing me up. I'm going to open up the box because
Yeah, that's the correct decision.
Morgan's right there.
I support you in this. As John, not as.
Okay, so you sweep
tell
it to
by
the
the
side,
accent.
and while everyone's focused
Amazing.
on everything else going on, you kind of move it aside and surreptitiously, so no one else can see. For some reason, you think that only you should look in. You open the box, and inside you can see what looks like a finger bone.
Ooh.
Or 2 finger bones, the end of a finger, like that, still with some sort of crusty nail on the end of it.
Oh,
Don't lick it.
Yeah.
Probably just close that box up now.
Close the box up. You can tell that this thing, when the box opened, there was like a billowing puff of dar that came out, accompanied by actual dust as well. And you think the hinge on it's old and decrepit, and this box is probably should have fallen apart by now, but something is holding it together. The finger bone, the end of this finger was on a little bit of sort of velvet, like staped in. Looked like it was a bit mouldy, but still just intact. And the finger was just parked on top of it, a little crusty nail.
Probably push that box
So you're going to close it up.
towards. I'll put it on the pedestal where it was.
Okay.
Even though,
You're picking it up.
yeah.
Cool. Okay. Right. So you pop it on the pedestal. Did you take a point of corruption?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did
Take
the
8 more.
priestess...
Apparently, I already had 2.
I think we all took some.
You got some because the skeletons were corrupt.
That was it.
Even the
Did
brave
the
Seige has 2.
priestess follow us?
No, she's tending to everyone
Okay.
upstairs, so you guys are down in there on your own. Well, you're a dwarf, you're hard to corrupt. Because you're already corrupt. Anyway.
It's supposed to be a secret.
Oh, sorry.
That's
yes,
just Roger.
That's Bagrick's secret. He's a chaos warrior.
God's sake, spoilers!
Blood for the blood god. Anyway, right, so her bag is kind of there on the floor. Do you want to...
I pushed it away.
Are you going to open it up and have a look?
No, because I'm scared of bombs.
Okay. Bagrick, you've searched her. That's all she's got. She goes, she's there and she's like, well, he's coming.
Ooh.
In case this didn't work, I think he's coming.
Who is coming?
My master's coming.
The bastard I shot. I'll smile.
He's not very happy with you.
My heart bloody bleeds.
It will do. It will do.
Him first.
Takes more
I
than
don't think he actually bleeds anymore.
If he bleeds, we can kill him.
If he doesn't, I can.
chopping off their bloody
Where
head
is-
normally works.
Your master now.
Hopefully he's coming this way so I can finish the job I started.
Well, one way or another, he's going to get that. Once he found out it was here, once Yosef told him of its location, it is all he wants.
Perfect, I'll keep it on me, then the bastard will have to come and get it.
It's very dark, Bagrick.
Your human magic doesn't have an effect on me. This dumb Bint's bastard master tried that, didn't do a damn thing.
She smiles. She has this kind of coy smile. Sort of just keeps...
I'm going to lamp her in the face.
Oh, that is very unchivalrous.
Okay, you punch
I
her.
thought he was going to cut her head off.
No.
Using strike to stun. I'm just
Okay.
Bam!
Well, she's kind of at your mercy now, and you punch her in the face, and she says, "You can hit me all you want, you can beat me all you want. My master will bring me back."
Not when we're done with you.
I do not solicit a
One way or
torture,
another.
dwarf.
My master will bring me back.
She has surrendered.
I've heard that before, lass. Someone can do something about that. I'll say, glancing at the priest of Moor.
Just trying not to look at Morgan.
Now, let's
Almost as if there's like a...
let's
it's
all
like
just
a-
keep our heads.
You know, like when two poles of a magnet...
There will be
sort of-
no torture here. We should confine the female until we have chance to burn her as a witch. There will be no torture here.
Colvin would like to open the bomb bag.
The bomb bag. Okay, you open the bomb bag. There are two bombs inside.
They don't have zips, do they?
Where, Mademoiselle Witch,
Right.
where is your master now, so we may kill him?
Well, I think he's on his way here.
Perfect. Which way is he coming? I'll be waiting.
Well, guessing he's not going to be walking out any of the gates anytime soon.
Ah, so the tunnels. Excellent. We should meet, if we meet him
Margaret
halfway,
will smile very broadly at the mention of being in the tunnels.
if we meet him halfway, we can destroy the Necromancer in the tunnels and then go on towards the city to mount the defense against the greenskins. We?
Can we be sure we'll see him in the tunnels?
Bagwick, you could probably find anyone in those tunnels, correct?
Between the two of us,
They're
we can
vast
find him.
tunnels. You could find your way in the tunnels, but finding a person in the tunnels might be tricky because
Well,
you're not sure, you don't know if it's one tunnel.
But
that leads all
can
the
you
way
not
there, or if
sense
it's
the necromantic magic?
well, we know he's coming this way. We could set an ambush for him. Could probably engineer some traps.
We could.
If we take the relic with us, then he'll be coming towards us.
If we destroy the relic, there'll be nothing for him when he gets here.
I would have thought if it could be destroyed, it would have been destroyed. by
That's
now.
why it's here for safekeeping.
It's not very safe here, though.
No
No,
one
it's-
here is powerful enough to destroy
it's-
that, she says.
Being kept here until it can be transported to
What
be
about
destroyed.
what about the elven maiden? She could perhaps tell us how to destroy it.
She
spits on
on
the
the floor.
You and the bad guy spit on the floor at the same time.
And there's that awkward moment. Wait, are we bonding?
She looks at you. Yeah.
The elven maiden might know some
They
magic.
meddle in things that aren't anything to do with them.
Did she say, is she talking to us?
She's just annoyed. She seems to be angry.
Talking to
Yes,
you.
so the elves could probably destroy it if we take the relic to her.
But let's ask the priestess what was going on.
We could, but I would like to go and kill the Necromancer first, if that is possible. I think
the
regardless of what
meantime-
happens now, we should
Whatever
You
we
stay
do, as long
here
as we
in
kill
case the necromancer turns up.
bastard, he won't run away next
Okay.
time.
I'll go talk to the priestess and go get.
Can you take the
Torvald.
witch and lock her somewhere?
Torvald didn't come down with us.
No.
You're still
No,
building a wall.
I'm helping.
He's late. He's measuring it out. He's got his string.
Yeah.
He's got his little plumb weight and all that.
I'm
you know.
possibly throwing some greenskins
Oh,
boxes into a pile ready
he's
to burn them.
He's one of those dwarves that has platted in measuring devices into his beard. So you can just
Oh,
lay
that's
it
one
out.
beard,
No, that's
two
a-
beards.
Oh,
He's only got a little beard. Though.
That's an engineering thing.
This is manning building. If I can't estimate it by eye, then I'm probably
true.
not.
You
any
got the
good at
thumb
my
out.
job.
Yeah. So you go back upstairs.
I'll head back to get
and
Torvald and the
Torvald is
priestess.
actually talking to the priestess, and the priestess is saying,
Are you going
"Thank
to
you
take the
very
witch?
much."
no, she's down there with you guys.
Oh.
The priestess says, "Thank you very much, Master Dwarf, for your assistance, and during the battle, you and your party have saved us. It seems that your companions seem to be having some trouble with, or interested in, the messenger that arrived. Yes. Oh,
Hello,
Master Apfelbaum.
Torvald. Turns out the messenger woman was that lady with the bombs back in the Dockmaster's
Sorry?
arms. Yes.
Bombs?
She tried to bomb us a couple of days
She
ago.
said she had like official letters we weren't allowed to.
No,
like,
she
look
had
at.
bombs. We caught her downstairs stealing the relic you've got there. The
Her eyes go wide. What? She doesn't laugh, that's me laughing.
Yeah.
Sorry. She looks at you like,
We did warn you. Someone was coming. If she's here, what about the other one?
She has said he's on his way to try and claim the relic she was trying to steal.
Oh, so
Morgan
my brother's
managed to
really
stop her.
happy then.
I imagine she's dead by now. I don't know what's going on down there. They've been alone for 30 seconds.
no, what?
But it's very imperative
Surely-
that relic gets destroyed quickly or is under better guards.
We have no one that can destroy it here. No one here is, not that I know, or your colleague, your Priest of Moor friend, do not know whether he is strong enough, but I am not strong enough to destroy this, and it needs a group of priests, with a ritual to destroy it properly. I mean, the only option is that we could send it off to, I don't know, Bogenhafen or Altdorf, where there's a larger church.
Yes. Well, perhaps we can transport it for you?
She looks that kind of like that hadn't dawned on her before, and she's like, well, you have proven yourselves trustworthy and strong and powerful adversaries to greenskins. Is this something you're serious about?
Very. In Nuln, we have met with those who use these powers. We've met them in the villages nearby. We've met them in Ubersreik. The whole part of the reason that we came to Ubersreik was chasing this man who's coming here, searching for this. Its destruction, the destruction of such an object, is for the betterment of all. Its existence, it should not exist.
I agree. It is.
If we can help,
abhorrent.
If we can help, then we will take it and we will see it destroyed.
Well, there is a bigger church in Bogenhafen.
It also would mean that you would not have to weaken your defences here, sending out your knights. For who else would you be able to trust to carry it?
Dwarf, I would think that I would, no offence, send some of my knights with you to make sure the deed is done.
To be honest, she has killed your guards down there as well, so I don't know how many people you need to help defend this
Even in the barrack, beyond the reliquary.
I only saw in the reliquary, and earlier there were guards, and now there are no guards. So
we will search. Was Ingmar was on the door? Was he there? Is he not there?
no,
She says. She turns round to one of the.
he didn't give me the
initiates
impression
and
that he would leave.
ask around, see if you can find Ingmar. No, he was a staunch, proud warrior. If he's been lured away and... anyway. Well, I would consider this a great favour if you were to do this, although I sense that this is not the business that you came here for. In fact, you have quite clearly stated that you need to go back. Some of you are saying you need to go back to Ubersreik.
Well,
I would suggest not taking the relic into Ubersreik.
Our business was with the gentleman coming looking for that relic.
It's a powerful relic.
I would say
Orc hordes often have shamans as part of their forces. They can sense powerful things like this. Perhaps up here...
if you feel you can
it's
guard
remote.
it here, then it should stay here. And
No, I would suggest that it go to another church. There's not a church big enough in Ubersreik to deal with, or a priest powerful enough in Ubersreik, as far as I know, to deal with this. I would suggest you go to the church in Bogenhafen or Altdorf, whichever. Bogenhafen is nearer, and it's on the road to Altdorf. So that would be the next biggest city nearby. That would be somewhere you could tackle this. I would obviously write you a docket and a note and a letter to the high priest of their church.
I should talk it over with my companions. They are quite resolute that they would like to kill the necromantic fellow first.
I would agree with that intent. If there's any way that we can help you, if you need my knights to help you, a few of them may help.
there is one thing you can do that will not reduce your strength greatly and may help many people.
What is that?
When daylight comes, get a message into the hills to the old Lord of Ubersreik. Surely he will not leave Ubersreik.
She looks at you with a little raised eyebrow.
Whatever it may
The
be,
Unfloyds, yes.
from what I understand of them, whatever may be charged against them, and however true it may be, I somehow doubt that they would consider themselves, they would leave the city under such peril as that orc horde, even on the pain of what may happen to them if they return.
Yes. I believe you are correct.
A message to them may help all of us. Ubersreik here, if the destruction of this orc horde can be done while they are engaged with the town.
Getting a message to them now is quite difficult, however. I would send a bird, but I do not have one that can go to Blackrock Castle. And I would send a rider, but there is an orc horde about the land. That is a dangerous journey. Anyway, sorry. I can see there's some people over there in need of my assistance. Please, talk to your colleagues, your party.
Before I head off, I want to point at a brick Torvald was next to when I turn up, and I'm just going to go, "Are you sure that's straight?" And then I'm going to turn and walk back.
I thought you said a prick.
Torvald will look at what he's just pointed at. Carefully pick it up. Look at it. Put it back down. Turn and follow him, muttering about manlings and their strange sense of humour.
Okay, so while you guys have been talking to the High Priestess,
You to throw it at
you're down. The rest of you are down in the reliquary. There's lots of cool things in here, by the way. There's like old swords, there's kind of weird scales. There's lots of books and lots of
Is the
scrolls.
Grail
and
in
lots
here?
No, the Grail.
Grail search check. You do not find the Grail.
Oh my god, it's over there.
It was him
Wait a
all the
minute,
time.
that's not the cup of a carpenter. Sorry,
Yeah,
wrong
it
film.
would not be made of gold. Okay.
That's my chalice. Put it down.
Yeah. It would actually be a dish. Because it was mistranslated. Anyway.
The Lady of the Lake's Grail was mistranslated.
Yeah, it was actually a soup bowl.
It's like a plate. Like a big sorcery type thing. Anyway. Not like a little chalice. Anyway. Not that it's real.
Hey, this is Wifrit.
Oh no, I'm talking in... Anyway, yeah. Wolfrup. Yes. The Grail's not in here.
Damn it.
What is the Grail in Wolfrop lore?
It's a...
It's a Grail.
Is this sparkling cup?
It's
It grants
the King
you
Arthur thing.
grants you immortality when you drink from it.
Yeah, but whose was it? Why is it? Like, I
The
know
Lady
why
of the
in
Lake.
our world I know
Lady
why
of
it's
the Lake.
magic, but
His girlfriend
but
lost
Jesus didn't live in
Is it-
Warhammer.
His girlfriend lost
Basically,
it.
the Lady of the Lake gives people
The
more
Grail.
power by getting them to drink from her Grail.
Oh, okay. She just happens to have.
It's actually a metaphor for something else.
No, don't. Anyway.
No, but anyway, it gives you immortality.
Yes. Yeah. And she also dishes out swords.
Straight from ponds.
Ponds.
Still a better form of government than what we've got.
Yeah. Okay, so... right.
me walking with my
While
staff.
you guys were doing that, what were the rest of you doing?
I'm going to
downstairs?
frog march her up the stairs.
Oh, he's not killed her.
Okay, so you're going to take her upstairs.
Oh, it'd be unchivalrous. We're going to burn
I
her like true
will
gentlemen.
take a quick look around down here and make sure that I feel that everything else is in order.
Is there another door down?
Yeah.
I see.
Or is it locked up?
There is another door. So
Maybe we don't-
on the far
don't
wall
leave
there
the
is
room
another door.
unguarded.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I think has been mentioned before, that there's like barracks through there of where
Is it
the
open?
knights will
What are you doing?
I'm going to try and open it.
Okay.
Hello? Bonjour? I'll open the door
You
and take
open the
it.
door and
I
there's
wanna-
like a corridor.
Is it empty?
There's a corridor leading down to a larger door,
Oh, God.
which is open, and you can actually hear sort of people moving about down there. Not monsters or
Not
fighting or anything like that, but like someone moving a box or something. Like
An
further away.
evil box. Okay.
These doors are quite thick, sturdy, iron-bound doors that have bars on the monastery side, so you could bar them from something underground if you wanted to. Which is the whole point. You can seal up the monastery from inside. And obviously beyond there's the barracks, which you've been told then sort of interfaces with the natural caverns that go off into the underground towards Ubersreik. Cool.
Okay. So I'm alright making sure that everything else here seems to be in order, or is it? Is there any sign of Ingvar
There's a couple of... his body is found.
Right, I will deal with that.
Yep.
While Sir Gale is knocking on the door and seeing if he can find anyone else.
Are you going down into the barracks?
No. We found someone else.
Okay.
I need to find the entrance to these tunnels.
It's beyond the barracks.
Oh, then I will go that way then.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to find
That's
the
what I
entrance.
thought you were doing,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
I'll knock on the barracks door. Hello, and then open it.
Who's there? Hello?
Bonjour. My name is Sir Gale of Baudelaire. I am a knight of Bretonnia. Who are you?
I am Gerolf Nyber.
Ah, Geralt, you do
Knight of
realize
Arena.
the monastery is under attack, no?
Yes, we have repaired down from the fortified towers at the front. You can see there's actually a stairwell that goes up into the front.
I need you to show me to the tunnels that run towards the city.
He points at some big barred doors further on. There's kind of a couple of side chambers where if you look in you can see kind of bunks and things going on. And down the end there's kind of a large area in front of a big barred door. And there are two they're kind of like mini palisade things that someone could stand behind with a crossbow maybe if someone was bashing the door down and you're waiting for them to come through and you wanted a bit of cover.
Is there any way to see beyond the doors?
The doors are barred. This kind of thing. There's like a shuttery thing on the door, so you can kind of look out if you wanted to.
What did you say the guy's name was?
His name is
Gerolf.
Gerolf.
Geralt, I need you to go up to the monastery and fetch my friends and 5 of your best men. We will be going into the tunnels and then we need someone to hold this area.
Has Catherine agreed with this?
Your priestess? Oui.
Pardon?
Oui. That's Bretonian for yes.
Okay, right. Okay.
King.
I'll just go and check.
Speed
And he goes upstairs.
Mad.
Right, so you frog monster
Yeah,
upstairs.
it's basically just insulting and going, give me an excuse to kill you, stupid bitch. Bang!
Oh god, why did I leave the
suck,
helpless
man.
women into the fucking hands of the dwarf?
Helpless woman.
We're gonna burn
Servant of
her
the
like
necromancer.
gentlemen.
You see, dwarves would just
She
kill
says,
her.
your father laid with elves.
Dun dun
I'm going to hit her. Round the back of the head with the
Okay.
flat of my axe. Smash!
He's
Okay,
killed
straight
for
to stun.
less.
You hit her so hard that she falls forward onto one of the tables in the dining room as you've kind of brought her upstairs. She's like on this thing. She's like, you dwarves, you're all
I'm
weak
trying
deep
to knock
down,
her
aren't
out,
you?
basically.
Yeah, you knock her out. It's just...
Bang! And then I'm going to literally just drag her unconscious body by the ankle.
Okay.
At which point, Corvin
And they say chivalry is dead.
Corvin, what are you doing when you see this?
What's Corvin going to do?
Because you were going to head back down. So
I was going to head back
Corvin
down,
and Morgan
then coming the other way.
I'm dragging her towards the main courtyard because that's where
Agric's
people
coming
were.
up as you two are going
Okay.
down.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, still alive, I see.
Should probably a bit of blood trickling.
Just like this.
Corvin would like to go downstairs to retrieve the bombs.
Okay, right.
They call it
Talk about what you're doing.
What did she say, brother?
I've just...
bomb.
I'll say what she said, but in Kazalid.
I'm impressed that she's still in one piece. Go and put her somewhere safe.
Well, she wasn't robbing from us. Where's the priestess?
In the courtyard. I'm
just
sure
keep-
she'll be interested.
I'll just keep dragging her, taking no care for her head banging off the flagstone.
Oh dear.
You come out and the priestess looks over with a look of horror on her face and then sort of like...
shrug.
Okay. And she comes over and she's like, is that entirely necessary?
Well, if this would have been in a dwarf hold, we'd have just killed her. But this isn't our hold. This is yours. What do you want done with her?
You can try it here.
We'll tie her up and I'll get one of the knights to... I don't know, we'll take her back to the city when this
She's in
problem's
league
over.
with necromancers.
Then she'll be tried and hanged or burned. One of the two. It's not my place to do that here. But we have irrefutable proof.
Well, She confessed to a room full of people. I'm not quite sure what more you
And
want.
if that's the case, I'll need your written statements about this, so then I can present that to the right authorities in Ubersreik.
Torvald!
Just probably as I get to the top of the
Yeah,
steps. Turn around. Come back. Yes.
In Khazid, the manling wants a written statement of this woman's guilt. Have you got parchment and ink on you?
Of course. I hope they don't want a live confession, because at this point it's going to take a certain amount of time before she comes round.
Look, we can do that. Don't bother yourself with it. I'll get one of the knights to wake her up and question her, and one of our initiates will make note of her.
Just give me the quill.
X
How do you spell that in Reichspiel again?
B
Give it here.
A.
He's writing it because he can speak Reichspiel, but obviously it's not his native
It's one of those
language.
ones. Basically, imagine someone writing not flowingly, but literally almost like you're carving stone. On paper.
Yeah, it's very,
That's
very
literally
angular.
what he's doing.
Yeah, like a B rather than being like...
Looks like a digital ink.
It's kind of like...
Yeah. Okay.
And basically I'm just going to write that this...
It spells
confessed.
guilty, G-I-L-T.
No, I'll spell it correctly after.
So while you guys are doing that, Corvin, you come downstairs, and Morgan is in the reliquary, looking around.
I have finished laying this poor unfortunate to rest.
Okay.
If Gale's on his way back, I was going to take him back upstairs.
He's not back yet. He's still waiting for you to
Well,
come
in
to
which
him.
case I will finish off that, because I don't know how that's going to take a little while.
You're kind of generally looking
And
around
yeah,
the
making
reliquary.
sure everything's how I think it should be. And also making a note of what's down here, because we haven't been here before and there's interesting things.
There are interesting things. There's lots of little boxes dotted around. There are, as I said, a couple of old swords that look... Remember the sword that you laid out into rest with?
Yep.
That kind of thing. A very old sword that... What?
The one under the Verena.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't mean lay to rest like you're thinking.
Yeah, no.
No. Like,
We didn't lay him to rest, he's not dead.
No, not dead. But, when he was...
Mr. Moore.
in the infirmary.
Yes.
Long-term infirmary, and they had that sword in the temple.
It's okay, we put him out to pasture.
Yes. Similar things like that. Old suits of armour, books, some things which seem to be like records of the laws of the land from a long time ago, which probably have so much significance and importance that they want to keep it somewhere very safe. It's quite dry in this room.
Yep.
Just a few odds, trinkets, the odd medallion, necklace type thing, the odd bracelet. Nothing. It's not like a radiant glow of magic in the room, but everything has some sort of
That's not really my thing.
significance. Yeah.
Corbin.
I would actually like to just try and cast a healing spell on myself.
Okay.
So I gotta... It takes quite a while.
Well, I'm
so I
glad
don't know
I'm
how you
stood
wanna
here.
do it.
I'm going to let you do that. Do it.
Cool.
That's fine. Do your healing spell.
Do we just roll a casting for miscast or just...
Yeah, well, just see if you get a miscast.
Yeah.
Blood everywhere.
Demon.
That's
No,
okay.
miscast.
Right,
That's a
so
good
you
cast.
cast heal on yourself.
Yeah.
What does it do?
It's my intelligence bonus plus willpower bonus wounds,
All right.
which is...
That's quite a lot.
Quite a lot.
7, 8.
I think you used that on me to heal me.
I did. And then I can do an endurance test, minus 20, and if I pass, I heal a corruption point. Oh, that's close. No, not minus 20.
Willpower.
Okay.
Did you say?
No,
Endurance.
endurance, which is tough,ness 39, so only one success, so it was minus 20.
That
so.
is such a good spell. Removing corruption
I wish I had it.
is very handy.
If I could, what is my intelligence bonus? Yeah, 9.
No, they call it a 9.
9?
Why does everyone keep saying no in Reichspiel?
One up to full health again.
Corvin,
Oh, I pick up the bombs.
you've got 2 bombs. And in the bag
Wonderful
are
alchemical contraptions.
some papers and a book.
Oh. I shall look at the book. Is it bound in skin.
No, this one's not bound in
Is
skin.
it bound in skin?
How is this room lit? Because I
It's
don't
kind of-
imagine it's particularly bright.
Torches.
Torches.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not massively bright. It is a bit like the Indiana Jones room, but not all gold stuff, but like,
But stuff.
but stuff. Yeah.
I will cast light.
You cast light.
You must choose.
I
Blood.
Everything erupts.
fail to cast
look at
light.
it.
I
Don't look
don't
at the
miscast. I will try and
Start
read
singing.
this book.
Okay. This book looks like a grimoire. Her grimoire, probably. There's very little in it. There's a few scribblings and spells written in the first few pages of it, and there seems to be sort of sheafs of poorly made paper, sort of held together in this thing. That are empty and prepared for future.
Okay. But there's nothing of...
No, and then there is a piece of, there is a scroll that is, there are two documents, and one has, sorry, I'm just going to make sure I get this right, has a seal on it, and that
Is it in
seal,
4 quarters?
one of them is in 4 quarters, and it has a part of Ubersreik, Bogenhafen, Schultz, and it's Griswold, Dunkelberg, Schultz, and Bogenhafen.
So it's 4 separate seals.
No, it's one seal.
It's
that's
like 4
a
seals,
part of
but made
each of their seal.
Would I recognise
No.
this? Okay.
No.
Morgan, have you seen this before?
Yes.
What is it?
Perhaps we should take that upstairs.
Okay.
So Gale!
Well, hang on. Before you do that bit, let me just find the guy's bloody name.
I'm just gonna the grimoire go, this is her grimoire, it'd be a shame if anything happened to it, and I'm gonna blast it.
I like it.
Just filled in with Mr. and Mrs. Necromancer and Love Hearts. That's all it is.
Ah, here we go. He is... Oh, sorry. Just trying to find the right bit. The seal of the Burgermeister is on the other.
That's that guy.
Ernst Mailer, that's it, sorry. Just trying to add that to my nice list of important people.
Important
As in,
people.
important to the story.
Yes.
He is currently running the town of Ubersreik.
Yeah. Should we open this now or in front with everyone else?
We should get him wherever he's gone.
Sigale!
Is that the summon Sir Gale spell?
just frustration.
Bamf.
So now there's...
You
And
can
the
hear it
rest
down the
of
corridor,
her-
because you've opened the doors, you hear him say, Sir Gale.
Belongings.
Sorry?
And the rest of her belongings.
Yeah.
And I'll bring him.
Okay.
We...
Go upstairs and find the
And
others.
I'll bring Ingvar.
My bums.
So you're going upstairs?
Yes, with
You're
the
going to
scroll.
take Ingmar. Okay.
We...
Okay. So you'll go upstairs, and you see Bagric poorly writing something.
No. Bagrick's writing is very neat. It's
Okay,
just
very neat.
Reich's
Just
bit.
very dwarven version of Reichspiel.
Yeah.
Square.
It's clearly not written
Very
by a
angular.
human.
Yeah. And he's kind of signing it on Torvald's back.
No,
There's a table!
I'm joking. I just always think of the bit in, is it Robin Hood? No, what is it where he signs it and then he stabs it? No, I can't remember. What's that in? Anyway. never
I
mind.
think it's Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's another film though, because the guy does it with like a biro. Is it
Like a
Demolition
phantom.
there? No.
Yes, it
Yes,
is
it is Demolition Man. Yeah. Anyway, cool. So you go upstairs and Bagric's writing this thing out.
Probably just
And the
signing
girl
it
has
by
been
that
taken
point.
away, and you are in the dining area where there's a couple of the tables left. They're not using them for barricade. And yes, you've got a big bag, and you've got a dead guard.
I'll take him
Yeah, you've
over
got 2
to where
scrolls.
I've laid the others and put him with his companions.
When they come over. Like, this is an attestation of the confession that woman made. And I'll offer the pen.
Wonderful, I'll take that. I'll go, she had these scrolls on her, I'll give them to Torvald. I'll go to hand them to Bagrig and then turn and give them to
I
Torvald.
could just pass them anyway.
And I will take Corvin Applebaum, Wizard Being Light, the license number. Get out. I'll be scribbling out while they're doing stuff. I'll write my statement.
007.
Okay. So you have these two scrolls, one with the stamp of 4 on it, and the other one with the Burgermeister's stamp on it.
Are they still sealed?
Well, they look like they've been like opened and reclosed or in some way.
Fair enough. If they get handed to me, I will...
Burn them and run. No, sorry.
I know, but what I have in mind does involve a candle. Which is to go grab something, dagger out, heat up tip, through the seals, so I can keep the seals intact, and open them up and see what we've got inside.
Okay, which one are you opening first?
Let's start with the Burgermeister's one.
Okay, so inside the Burgermeister's, the letter the Burgermeister has sent, it says, congratulations on your recent acquisitions. It seems that our mutual friend was correct in your aspirations. I too would like to see a new resident in the Artisan Quarter. Once our mysterious friend is no longer the sagest council in town, I'm sure you will be ready to make your move.
You're
Okay.
referred to as a mysterious person.
Seems to be some correspondence. There is a thing at the bottom that says, burn this, effectively, pretty much.
Please
This is-
just make
I
sure.
was hoping it would say something along the lines of all praise chaos or something like that. But
not quite that. Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. All praise corn.
Yes, I am evil.
yeah, exactly.
And it was like, this letter was like
Signed confession.
so
Marvellous.
carefully worded to not
Be evil.
Not
to not
to
sort of
not
say name
state-
anyone.
not
Very
name anyone,
specific.
but
Yeah.
mean you can. If you understand it, you know exactly who they mean.
Yes.
I'm going to assume the Sage's Council is our mysterious friend is the elf. It's either going to be the elf or it's going to be the wizard that we haven't yet met.
Do you want to write down your
The fact that they're talking about the Artisan Quarter rather than the whole city is interesting.
statement, but she's evil?
You know that the Wizard's Tower is in the Artisan Quarter.
So, oust the wizard that's there, sit in there, get a necromancer pretending to be some sort of lighter wizard into the tower with all the access to everything that's in there, and yeah, I can see that. Okay, let's open up the other one.
Okay. The other one is...
Torvald has such a lovely reading voice.
Are you actually reading these so we know what's in there?
Yeah, I'll
reading them out.
I'll read them.
The other one says, plans are moving swifter than hoped in Schultz. Your support is not required in that area. Those by the river have been neutralized for now. I suggest you summer in Bogenhafen. And it is signed J.E.
Okay. That probably means a certain amount to these two, but absolutely nothing to Corbin.
Yeah, you guys are like, no, there's
Oh, it's
something
lost
going
on
on.
me.
It's a weird stamp. You see it now, and it looks like someone's fudged 4 sort of heraldic symbols or something together into one.
So,
It looks like we may have to go to Bogenhafen after all. And perhaps a message...
It sounds like the resident of that tower needs warning.
Indeed. The middle of an orc attack would be a perfect time for something untoward to happen.
They'll make it look like a stray arrow or something.
May I suggest we deal with our necromancer problem first?
Of course. He's coming here.
And I have found the entrance to the tunnels.
Good work, Seige.
Ah, oui.
It's tricky.
They call me the girl the tunnel seeker.
So we reckon he's coming in through the tunnels.
Oui. I don't think he'll try overland during the orc attack.
Big smile from Bagric.
Yeah. So I suggest we go post-haste.
They said there's a lot of them. We don't know exactly where he'll be coming from which route. The only place we know he's coming is here.
Oui, but surely there's a way we could track him in the tunnels.
One of the knights comes into the room. It's Geralf.
Ah,
And he's got
bonjour.
4 guys behind him. A couple of them look a bit battered. One of them is Theodore, who looks like he's standing up on his feet and he's obviously had some kind of curative poultices or potions or something. And he steps in and he goes, "We are ready, Sir Gale."
These men are going to guard the entrance to the tunnel, and I suggest we go in there and scout it out. Because we never know, they might not even be coming from there, but we should better check. I trust on the knowledge of dwarves in these close places, and the magical senses of my good friend Monsieur Applebaum, and I'll be there too, as will the scary man with the hat.
Morgan's like, yeah.
Just gonna
He's got me dead.
Talk about a glance of...
Oui. So, I suggest we go and at least check out the tunnels, even if we don't find anything.
Is there a priestess around?
She's around doing stuff. Yeah.
He does these things.
I'm just going to take the note that's been signed by I don't know how many people at this point.
Your whole gang.
I'll make sure that I do that, and I will put full
Everyone but
titles
you.
of temple.
You're not signing it.
My name with titles is quite long.
I wrote
Sure, it
it
would take
in
you easier
Britannia.
to.
Yeah, but I wasn't actually there to hear the confession.
Well, it's
Oh,
because
that's
it's
true.
like son of,
That's
son
true.
of, son of, son of, because, dwarves.
That's true.
I'll just be like, these words are true. This woman is guilty. Morgan Schaefer, priest of Moor.
Well, no, basically it's just something that Bagric wrote, basically saying the woman confessed to being in consort with things. I'll take the signed thing over.
One of the good things about being a priest is that people tend to go, "Oh, okay," when you tell them things.
Same with being
Yeah, I think the 4 people that have signed it, they're going to be like, okay, fair.
Yep, we got a knight, a wizard, a priest, and a dwarf.
And I'm going to take the note over and the bag of money that we took off the bad, now unconscious woman, and just hand them to the priestess.
Okay.
This was on her. Use it for what you can to help her with your repairs. And this is a note signed by a priest of Moor, a wizard, a Bretonian, and me.
Well, that is quite a note, then, isn't it?
3 of those are very impressive.
Yeah.
In the human
And there's a
world.
wizard.
She takes it with some reverence. She says, "Thank you. Thank you. This means a lot. Your continued assistance with our problems. Did your wizard friend," she kind of queries in her own head the word friend at that point, discuss
Completely neutral expression.
discuss the long-term fate of this relic with you? Anyway, I shall leave your party to your dealings, and I have things to attend to.
We'll probably just burn it and I'll walk off. Yeah, I'll just stomp back over to the others.
Right.
Could a message be sent?
To where?
The tower.
we went there through the tunnels. Otherwise, there's a bloody lot of bloody orcs in the way. Spitting on the floor.
I've already mentioned about getting a message to a far closer location. They said it may be possible, but it won't be quick, easy, or safe. Getting something into the city at this point is going to be simpler. Ourselves, I believe.
If we got into the city, we might be able to get a message to the young Freuds.
We're closer than here. We're closer here than in the city.
But there might be people there with birds that can get there.
That's true.
And we certainly have friends who might find it easier to get a message to them.
I'm sure if we go to Dowie-Hafen, they can make something happen.
Alright.
Okay. Cool. So what are you going to do? Going down into the tunnels?
Let's go find us a necromancer.
Okay. So, you go down with the knights, they follow you down. And they... What's wrong?
I was going to look for a book, but no, we're in a rush. We must go. He said post-haste. That would be haste. Post-haste.
And you head down, and they unbar the main door, and they open it up, and there's like a faint breeze that comes in. And wafting on it, Corvin, are faint traces of Dar. And make what's the
Magic stuff.
where is it? Intuition? Is it called?
Intuition.
Yes, that's it. Aha! I remembered it correctly.
Good job.
Plus 10.
28. At plus 10, I pass with 2 levels then.
Ah, yes. Okay. You are
A wizard.
Good job.
Actually, you're not. You're a rat catcher that's really good at faking it.
You not only is there the dank, morbid scent of Dar, but there is a blackcurrant whiff coming through.
Oh, Ribena.
Yeah.
Blackcurrant. What does that taste like?
Delicious.
And you can see now faint traceries of black and sort of a grey mist creeping around the corners of trickling around a rock, and then it's gone, like smoke billowing and dissipates.
I'll take one of the torches off the wall as well.
None of you, the rest of you can see what Corvin
Hence
is.
why I'm taking one of the torches off the
Yeah,
wall.
you take the torches.
Let me go ahead. I can see as well in the dark as in the light, and the light will only spoil that.
Oh, okay, I won't cast light.
Just before,
I'll go.
I mean, you could do that instead of me taking the torch.
before we go
I say in
stomping off,
returning.
what kind of state are you guys in, given that we just had a bit of a rock?
I've had worse.
Fine.
I am also fine.
That was mostly an OC thing, but okay.
I am also fine.
I don't think Morgan would use it with phrase, but...
Yeah, no,
We're good. If Morgan can tell you.
Well, yeah, he would have a vague idea
there's
of,
some
if you're covered in...
On a
you know.
scale of
No.
1 to 22.
There's some rents in the armour, but
Okay, so nothing unusual.
no.
Right.
And
on a scale of 22, I'm a solid 18.
I am pretty much unbattered because the goblins didn't do much to me, and then I was trying to get ready to burn things.
So I don't think Sigale took a couple of...
No, I'm fine.
No? Okay.
So I would like to be keeping an eye out for if there are split paths in the caverns as to where I can sense
Okay.
the black currant smell coming.
Yes, make a... You start to make your way into the tunnels. And at some points it kind of branches off, but they're clearly too small for people to move through. And some of the tunnels have been sort of worn down by manual erosion processes rather than just water or probably not wind, probably just water down here. And you sort of make your way through the larger tunnels to begin with, and you can sense this is going in the right direction. You're all fairly competent. You're not idiots, and you've got a couple of dwarfs with you and you're underground. However, getting a sense of where this comes from will need a perception roll.
How does heal work again?
What's my perception?
The skill.
It's intelligence.
Because if everyone else is fine, I
Intelligence
know that
roll.
I'm not, so
And then it's your...
Oh, yeah,
if they're going to be, going ahead.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's intelligence bonus plus
perception's-
success levels healed, isn't it?
Cool.
45.
Intuition, fail.
I'll look that up while you're doing
That's
it.
perception. Or
Perception's intuition. Not intuition. It's I,
Initiative.
not
Initiative.
initiative, yes. So no fail.
I've got nose for trouble.
Just in case that's relevant.
Remind me what that does again.
It means if you're about to get jumped.
Intuition tests to sort of pick up on things that are likely to mean that trouble's about to hit.
Okay.
It's sort of down
Make
to
an
bonus
intuition.
to
Make an
finding
intuition.
ambush.
what it does. Yeah.
Make an intuition roll.
Two success levels.
Okay. You get a sense as well of sort of the
Something different on the
combination.
air.
Well, yeah, the combination of damp soil and rotting flesh. Just
Just sort of on the breeze, gently.
Corbin, what did you roll?
I failed by 1.
Okay. You are seeing this, but it's not seem to be coalescing into any kind of pattern. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of around the periphery of your perception. Every now and then, you think your friends are cold because sometimes their teeth are chattering to you.
Oh.
There's something dead down here.
And you're walking now for a little while, you know. They're going through these tunnels and everyone make perception rolls.
Are these tunnels quite large? Can we stand side by side?
You can fit 2 people in some of them, one person in another. Sometimes they're big caverns, you can all stand in a line, holding hands across
Come by
the
that.
country.
I perceive everything. I've got 5.
I failed.
So did I.
I got a 6.
I got
right.
6 success
I
levels.
rolled a
3
69.
success levels. 6.
I've got
Guards get a lot of
Yeah,
perception.
guards
Oh,
are
that
great.
makes sense.
I've got 4.
Okay, cool.
I'm busy.
You're busy. You can hear feet padding, arms scraping, noises in the distance. Corvin, somewhere distant in your mind, a single fingernail of a little broken finger is scratching against a door.
Oh, really?
What does the noise sound like to someone that's very experienced in tunnel fighting and got 6 success levels?
It doesn't sound like orcs or Skaven, or not that they really exist.
And I've heard undead in tunnels.
ROUSs.
See season 1.
You think these aren't skeletons, and it sounds too active for zombies,
Some form of undead, though, I think.
but you think it might be some sort of scrabbling, painless creature.
Okay, I'm going to relay that very quietly in Kazalid to Torvald, because he's the one that's nearby.
Just looking up special rules. Okay, so are you keeping moving forward?
I'm going to stop.
You're going to stop. But you're at the front.
I'm at the front.
Well, I'm basically either next to him or right behind him. So
I've heard
I'm
what
kind
you
of
said.
tap.
I'll motion.
Someone walks into back.
I trip over.
Well,
him.
no,
Who's got a light?
I think we're a little bit further
on the
ahead.
torch.
Yeah.
I've got a torch. haven't I?
Okay.
We're a little bit further ahead.
Okay, you're looking
I will make a motion to say I'm going to go forward but stay within sight.
Okay. Ahead, the tunnel seems to open up into a larger cavern. And it's from there that you can kind of hear this kind of noise coming.
I'm basically going to stand there and wait for the others
You're
to catch
aware
up.
that you can't hear them ahead of you now.
Okay.
They seem to have stopped.
I'll probably become visible quite quickly because metal and...
Oh, yeah. No,
I'm
absolutely.
not going to stop
Absolutely.
walking.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going because,
Past them.
well, Dorwald's gone on ahead.
you're good.
Yeah, I'm literally stood in the tunnel facing where they're coming from.
So once we
Oh,
get
okay,
to where
right.
Bagrick is, I guess.
Yeah.
So are you facing us?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you,
Okay. You guys catch up.
Okay.
and I will relay quietly that there are undead ahead.
Is dead ahead. What's
There is undead ahead.
Bagrick's not even going to respond. He's just going to turn around and walk.
Okay.
Follow Bagrick.
So. Sorry, I'm
next
just checking. Okay, so Torvald, you walk up to this kind of where the tunnel
Starts to
open out into this cavern. And as you look down into the cavern, from the other side, there are various openings in the wall. And you see these stooping, ugly, sallow-skinned kind of creatures crawling into the room. And they're kind of looking around and sniffing the air. And they seem to be carrying crude weapons, and some of them have got, like, sticks embedded in their bodies with skulls, like, popped on the top. And they are got horrible yellow teeth and kind of big, jagged teeth at different angles.
And ghoulish.
They look ghoulish, they do indeed. You... Okay.
I will...
You are not in any need to roll fear or anything, but these creatures look like there's stuff dripping off them, and it's pretty disgusting.
Are they the only things I can see at the moment?
At the moment, yes.
I will...
And they seem to be coming into the room. And as one comes into the room, another one does, and another one does, and another one does, and as you look down, you can see that there are more than 10 in the room already.
Okay. I will quietly head back up the tunnel
Okay,
to meet the others.
sure.
At which point, when I meet them, 2 words: flesh eaters.
Helmet goes on.
You know what that means. You know what that means.
No, well, I'm questioning now. I know what that means.
Oh, yeah. So you're all
I'm excited.
crypt ghouls in the room beyond.
It's like staring into the future.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay, so,
depressing, isn't it?
rip Britonia.
right. So, what are you going to do?
Charge?
Charge into it.
How wide's the tunnel entrance into their cavern?
One person wide.
Basically, single file till you're inside.
I would say I'd happily try and keep them, but I think the Bretonian's going to want some.
I would like some, please.
No sign of our friend we're looking for, though, although he won't be far away.
Are they coming this way?
They seem to be collecting in the cave.
Perhaps.
You left the relic behind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's in my pants.
I was thinking about
We
Steve.
can't leave them here.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm just going to start
You
walking
hit-
towards the
Let's
thing.
see.
As you're kind of walking towards it, you can now hear more and more creatures pouring into this room. You think there's probably more than 10 now.
No.
And you also hear,
You take the 100 on the left, I take the 100 on the right.
you know when Corvin walks, there's the
Clinking.
clinking of his staff.
Yeah.
You can hear something similar, like a stick hitting the floor. Like, from beyond them.
Perhaps you'd prefer to be better prepared this time.
As long as he can't run away again.
Your weapon.
He didn't seem to like it last time I hit him. It's not a lot I can do about it unless you happen to have a rune axe in your pants.
Well.
Blessing of righteousness.
Okay. You're going to do that on his weapon. And what does that do?
Target's weapon counts as magical.
For 6 rounds?
Oh, well, that depends if I actually make the roll first, really, doesn't it?
Do you have to roll?
Well,
thought it was a beat up
prey.
can't. Yeah, so
And if you get extra, every
blessings, yeah.
2 additional success levels.
Blessings are the small ones. They have a range of 6 yards and 1 target and a duration of 6 rounds unless otherwise stated. But depending on how many successes I get to add an extra one of whatever of those.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, how far away from everything are we? And how much, because 6 rounds is not a long time.
No.
So I don't want to do that and then us walk there.
No, you can do that just before you all charge into the room.
Yeah, basically that.
That's fine. So make the roll now, and we'll assume you
fluff
do it
and then
the round.
have
You'll
another
have to
go.
do it the round just before, so you'll get 5 rounds of effective.
I have successfully passed my pro roll
How many success levels?
because I have one job. Well,
One
actually,
job on the ship.
Yep, I'm gonna do it. 35 to 62. So yeah, that's not bad.
So you got an additional bonus. You can make it for longer, or you can do another person's weapon.
I'll do Gales as well. Because
Cool.
sword's not magic, is it?
No, it is now.
There we go.
Yes. So there is. How,
The two of you are going to charge in there anyway.
What does that look like from a priest of Moor?
It doesn't really.
Do the blades just?
Blessings don't
Do much
really. They
show
are
up?
subtle and imperceptible.
Okay, right.
Unless
okay, cool.
you have divine
So,
vision.
but
So
you
you'll just
say
have
a
to take
few-
my word on it.
But you
So
say
my
a few
sword
things.
Yes, I will say a few things.
Over their swords.
And there will be some low,
sorry.
very low.
Oh, nearly got mugged by Bagric there.
Yeah, that's something you do not want.
Oh, I know.
So quite low kind
I
of
know.
chanting.
Yeah,
A,
GM powers.
because more, and B, because we're trying to be quiet, guys. And then
What?
you just get,
What?
you'll
Trying to
get
be quiet.
a nod.
What?
If that necromancer turns up, shoot him. We'll keep the rest
Said to
busy.
you.
I'm just saying to
Yeah, to the back.
because
Yeah.
other than Torvald, I'm at the
Corby's
front.
going to look at his quarterstaff and be like,
He's a ninja with a stick. Come on. Remember what happened last time?
Oh yeah, that's you
it's
want
fine.
I would like just a quick glance at the bombs in my bag to see how complicated they look.
You light the fuse.
You throw
Okay.
a bomb. You get out the way.
You are, if you're not proficient in a weapon, you don't get any of its bonuses, its abilities, just its
Flaws,
flaws. So you won't get,
impact, whatever
yeah,
it
you
is.
won't get one of the things with it.
However, if you're just going to put it on the floor, say like to it, and then push.
You can throw it at them. You'll make a ballistic skill roll to throw it. You know.
We just run into them, drop it, and run away.
I can imagine Corbin just running away.
I mean,
The fuses
that's
are
a plan.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, the fuses are. You don't have any clue as to how long
No, yeah,
they'll
that's,
before they go off when you throw them. So you might throw it at them and then they just all run past it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go off. You don't know. You could lay it as a trap.
Oh, I was just wondering.
Put it. You know, you could seal the.
I wasn't
room on them.
necessarily going to. I was
No,
just
that's
like,
fine. That's fine.
Curious.
Just trying to find the weapons bit. Anyway, so you.
If only there was someone who could judge approximately from the blast that we experienced last time as to whether it would do enough damage to the tunnel to bring it down.
That's the other thing.
If only.
No one's asked.
Yeah. So you bless their weapons.
I forgot you had
You
them.
ready yourself,
I don't even know he's got them.
and you can hear now these ghouls amassing in this chamber, and you can hear the of a staff from the tunnels beyond, and you can hear a low voice. You can't tell what they're saying, but you can hear a voice, sort of as if it's talking to the ghouls, and they all seem to be sniffing the air.
Bagric's actually going to stick to the shadows and pull his crossbow.
Which I've already also got mine out and loaded.
But you can't see him at the moment.
No.
There's
Yeah, but
like
we know
dark
he's
corridors
coming.
on the other end. And there's like, now in the room, there's like 15 ghouls. And they're all sniffing the air and they're looking back at his tunnel. This is like a narrow entrance into this big room. You guys are standing near the entrance with your crossbows looking in.
So
Yeah.
would they be able to see Segal's torch? Right.
Probably.
Potentially, yeah, unless you're around a corner or something.
Am I around a corner or
Well,
something?
that's up to you.
We are up to start with. It depends if you go strolling
Do you just
forwards
walk
with
around
it.
the corner with your torch and go, ha-ha, and then run in?
Probably.
Okay.
No.
I mean, you can if you want
No,
to.
we're being tactical, aren't we? We're trying to shoot a necromancer. Are we gonna fight? Is this the plan?
If nothing else, those ghouls have got to die.
Yeah.
Well,
In
that's
my
certainly going to
experience,
happen.
usually,
Well, someone
Bagrick runs
kick it
or
off,
something.
and then I will charge it.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
I'm going to wait until someone kicks off, and then I'll charge it.
Okay. Well, you wait for a little while, and then the ghouls all seem to... Something is low muttering at the other end of this cavern, and the ghouls all seem to turn around towards you.
And they pick up the scent of fresh blood, because we're probably covered
They're all
in it.
sniffing the air. And they go, ah, and they all start screaming and shouting and sort of hitting each other and trying to get out of the way, and then they rush full pelt towards you. A huge horde of ghouls charging headlong towards this very small opening, but you think they don't really care how small that opening is. And as they barrel towards the thing, you ready yourself, steal your weapons, and we're going to end it there for tonight.
Cool.
So, thank you very much for joining us for episode 9 of Flint Steel. Slightly shorter episode due to some house duties earlier on. Anyway, thanks very much for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. A little bit more story going on there after our little break. Bring it back round to the actual plot rather than just killing things randomly. Oh no, sorry.
It's like, this isn't what I'm here for.
He's not random in his killing. He's
no,
very
that's true.
deliberate and precise.
Absolutely. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to check out our other shows. We've got Fractured Empire, and we're also about to start
A Bond Unbroken.
A Bond Unbroken, a Star Wars Force and Destiny game where they're all playing Jedis. And we had a session 0 for that, which was actually a make a character video. We're going to do that for all of our new shows. We have a little sub playlist of making character videos to help people out to make characters as well. So check that out. We're going to have some one shots of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness. We've got The Witcher coming up very soon, and then we're going to be talking about Traveller and Zweihander, which will be cool. And maybe a bit of L5R, Legend of the Five Rings, in there somewhere.
I did see your shiny new book.
I did get the new book, and it was very cool.
Nice.
Thank you, patrons. Anyway, thanks very much for joining us. Check out all our friends below, all our social media links below. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell so you get a reminder of when we put a new video on the channel. And we'll see you soon on Garblag Games. Bye-bye. Bye.